That's been storytelling.
Okay, welcome back to D&D. We will begin with a recap. Last time, you guys finished off the Eladrin, two of which attempted to take their essence orb and flee to report back, but they were unsuccessful, the party managing to track them down and prevent their escape. The party rested before continuing their journey, but soon after they found their way blocked by a strange, transparent barrier on the border of the region. Having not paid their tithe to Duchess Tinthara, the party was prevented from leaving. They tried several methods to break through. Stix led the charge, literally, attempting to push his way through, or stab his way through. Arwen sent Hugo to fly over it and found it had no upper limit. Stix was eventually able to dispel a small section of it and allow the party to quickly rush through before it closed behind them again. Further on, the party was greeted by the sound of hunting horns. Quickly scrambling up some trees, they watched as a huge chimera was chased down by a group of knights riding giant ferrets. They watched as the knights surrounded the chimera. Several of them were forced back by the chimera's fire breath and savage claws before the party stepped in and helped turn the tide, defeating the monster. The knights introduced themselves as the brother of the Warren, a company of Herongon loyal to Tinthara that sought out the bounties of the various beasts that have started causing problems for the citizens as they escape the Rose Garden. The knights offered to share the bounty with the party, which they declined, as they did not anticipate traveling this way again. In exchange, the knights gave them a number of healing potions that they had to spare. And this is where we pick things up. As the knights have settled in, they have started to remove the heads of their bounty to bring them back so that it can be claimed, and settled in to take a short rest, tending to their wounds and their wounded alike. Unless there is anything anyone else would like to ask them or say or do with the knights, we shall pick things up with you guys heading off further through the forest.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's really anything other than goodbye and good luck.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, we shall pick things up with you guys traveling underway. Carry on pushing through the trees and pathways that make up the forest. In places, you find that large fungal growths have replaced trees and bushes, huge, tall mushrooms. The paths themselves seem well tracked by animals and various other things, giving you an easy journey than you might have perhaps expected through this somewhat abandoned region. Um, although periodically the path closes more around you, becoming more tangled and tight as thorny bushes and vines extend their way out from the various trees and shrubs. You can imagine as you walk that these bushes, were they to be rose bushes as they do appear, if they were to flower, this land would be exquisitely beautiful and a riot of colour. But unfortunately, they do not bloom in this season. They do not bud. They do not show any signs of life other than the continual growth of vicious thorns. And so you push on, traveling through the trees, just the gentle sounds of the forest around you. Animals large and small, plants strange and familiar as you make your way through. Until you're greeted by the sound of a light and cheerful humming. Up ahead, there is a break in the trees, and through it, you can see that there is a large cottage in a well organized and neat clearing. The humming seems to be coming from round the back of the building. And as you make your way, The source of the humming continues to move, and coming around the side is a very old and wizened-looking elven figure, sort of stooped low. It looks like he's walking with a cane at first, but you realise he's got a little garden spade out, and he's using it to prop himself up as he walks along. A small handful of maybe plants or herbs or something clutched in a hand as he makes his way towards the door. He turns as he goes up the step and looking around and sees you all and waves a hand in um, gentle greeting. And you hear his voice sort of, come, come. Nice to see visitors.
Where was he walking up to?
He was just walking up to his house and he just sort of waved a hand in greeting and he invited you all forth.
Hello. Who are you? What are you? Well, I was supposed to say, what are you doing? How bit clearly you live here. Yeah. Who are you?
No, my name is Rithan. Rithan Visenia. I live here with my daughter Bella.
Uh, Lovely. You and what? Wait a minute. Why do you? Trying to phrase. Why the fuck do you live out in this dying place without being mean? Yeah. Why do you live out here where everything is so dead and ungrown?
Well, it is as good a place as any. We, well, we, I'm not the original occupant of this building. We kind of took it over as the previous occupants left, and I'm not really up for making a long journey these days. I can barely make it out to the vegetable garden. And my daughter does a good job of looking after me. She's currently out looking for our pig, though, Gertrude. She seems to have escaped again.
How does anything grow here if it's all like fungusy and infected?
Oh, well, what little we can cultivate grows just fine once you clear away things. Everything else is just sort of built up over time. But my daughter does a good job of keeping it all. And a few people come round from time to trade things and whatnot.
Are you
Say
just
trade thing.
eating
You
fungus, man?
Well,
say
yes,
trade. Are you traders? Do you
yes,
have things
things we
to trade?
cannot make or grow, or the extra that we can grow, we sell or trade.
So,
Would you like a
cool.
cup of tea? Come, you're welcome to come on in.
Um, you guys want to go for a cup of tea, or are we just?
Arwen
Plan?
will not be drinking the tea.
Well, yeah, obviously none of us are gonna drink. Maybe Stix will drink tea because he's immune to disease. But I think Stix will just say, no, we're fine, thank you. You wouldn't happen to know? So we are heading to the Rose Garden. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this local area or what might face from here to there, sort of thing? Any idea of things? Yeah.
Yeah. As you mentioned the rose garden, you like see sort of like a strange expression sort of like flashes over his face quite quickly. Before it returns to this more somber expression. He's like, oh yes, I knew the rose garden very well in my day. I was one of the first to leave when the prince became unruly, no longer himself. I took my daughter with me. We found our way here. The previous occupants sheltered us for a time before they either passed or moved on. Kind men they were. Well, kind dwarfs they were. They used to have a little mine out the back, but that collapsed long ago.
Did they sing Hi Ho?
They did. They were fond of a tune after a time, yes.
Mm-hmm.
How many dwarves were there? Was there a great?
There were 7, in fact. 7.
Ah,
And he sort of gestures to like beside the door, and you can see that there's like a lined up like stack of like nooks for like boots and various things. You can see at the moment like they're all empty. Um, and there are like 7 like pegs above them that would potentially contain various coats and things like that.
um, fascinating. Uh, sorry. Um,
But if it's knowledge about the rose garden you seek, why don't you come on in? I'm sure Bella will be home soon and we can talk about it all.
sure. If they've got information, maybe it could be useful. We can only be very quick though. Be very quick for tea. We have places to be, and we're on a bit of a time limit. But sure. Why the heck not?
Yeah, he like very slowly like takes off a pair of boots and like tucks them into one of the nooks by the back door and pushes his way inside. Inside, you can see that this is quite a large building. There are, various assortments of like drying wraps for various sort of like herbs and things. There's lots of like jars of dried herbs and various other things stacked up all along. There's a quite an extensive looking sort of brewing stand over on one table. Little sort of like tinctures and herbs and various things bubbling away. He goes over up to one of them that's bubbling quite profusely and just sort of like turns down a little burner underneath it and like, tosses back. Moving very slowly as he does, he takes out a quite a large kettle. And sort of reaches out towards you. Says, "Would you mind going to the well out the back and getting some water? I'm not quite up to it these days."
Uh, sure. No,
Mhm.
take it.
Yeah.
Try and grab some.
Yeah, you head out into the back garden. You can see there is a well off to one side. Very traditional looking well with like a little like slatted roof over the top of it. Um, Maybe sort of 20, 30 yards away from that, you can see that there is um, what looks like a little sort of like outhouse or something like that, um, built into almost like a siding of like stacked earth. But you can see like the door that used to be on it is just like fallen off over time and disuse. And inside you can just see that like the whole thing is sort of like backfilled with a like a sloping tunnel of earth. But yeah, you head over to the well. There's a little bucket you have to crank up the chain. Um, and then as it's going sort of tink, 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 you just hear a voice behind you. It says, "Who are you? And what are you doing with my well?" And if you turn around, you see that there is a pale-skinned elf with very dark raven black hair, um, and
Me.
a she's just holding like a sling in one hand, like sort of loosely. And you can see there's a stone in it, and you imagine with sort of like holding it like half ready, half drawn back. You see there's a cloak over one shoulder that covers her other arm.
I am here Just collecting water to make some tea. We're with your father, I believe. He was outside. He invited us in. It was great.
He was outside. I've told. He kind of like half drops his sling. I've told him he needs to rest. He's not to be overexerting himself, but he does insist on. Anyway, that's none of your concern. My name's Bella. Who might you be?
Oh, my name's Stix. Hello.
Nice to meet you. Well, if my father's promised you tea, then come on in. At least he didn't try and fetch the water himself. I suppose that's something.
I suppose. Yeah, we can't sit for too long, but your father was just going to tell us about the sort of surrounding area. We're on our way to the Rose Garden, and is very beneficial. So yeah,
Well, yeah, you bring the water inside. He's sat like in a little sort of rocking chair, just bringing back life um, to the fire again. And there's a big hook you can hang the copper kettle on to heat it over the fire. He turns up his looking, he's like, Bella. And as you come in, she like takes off her boots and tucks them into one of the nooks again, and like hangs up her sling and a pouch of stones on one of the pegs by the back door. Good to see you again. Did you manage to find her? It's like, no, I'm afraid not. She's out there somewhere, but I'm sure maybe she has. But we'll see if she comes back in a day or so. But I see you've invited people in. Stix, was it? He tells me you were all planning. She looks around at Betty. You were all planning on visiting the Rose Garden for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
yes, and we're hoping to learn some. We know it's a couple of days' journey. We're hoping to perhaps learn the way, learn some information about what's between here and there, what you guys know about it, anything like that.
Right, well, yeah, Rithan in his chair, just like, yes, I know a great deal about it. Well, how it used to be. I used to be one of the servants there. Well, one of the stable hands and things. But when when the princess became ill, the prince became, well, very much not himself, and I decided that it would be best to leave before things got too much worse. And, he's all pushing himself out of his chair and or starts to rise out of his chair and make his way over towards the cupboard. She's like, his daughter's like, sit down, I'll make the tea. Goes over to and opens up a cupboard, and you can see that like neatly lined up inside there are in fact 8 individual cups, plates, and things like that. She takes down 5 of them, and you see that 7 of them are sort of quite large, and one of them is a little bit smaller and more dainty.
I'm gonna say to Clary with the ring, just because I don't want to say it out loud, that I don't trust these people, because if they say that they got taken in by these 7 dwarves, but then they took over the house when they died or moved out, you'd know which one it is.
Yeah, Kyrie agrees.
Pardon?
Kyrie definitely agrees. It's real sus.
Shifty.
Mhm. Well, Bella sort of like busies herself making tea. She goes to like one of the jars and takes one down and just takes the lid off and starts filling cups and things like that. The kettle is slowly starting to steam. And he's like, well, there's still a few hours worth of daylight, and if my father's going to do you a favor and tell you all about the um all about the rose garden. Perhaps you guys could help me out. I've got a few things that I need to do before we run out of light. You all seem like capable people by the looks of you. If you wouldn't mind helping me, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Depends what it is. What perchance do you need? What is it you do need help with? Is it finding this thing that you've lost, or this person or creature that you've lost, or?
Well, so she will tell you there are 3 jobs that need doing. Each one will grant you a potential boon for completing it. The first one is hunting for some food.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is helping gather herbs and vegetables from the garden and getting them ready for drying and things like that. And the second one is finding the pig.
Well,
You can either do all 3 of you can either do do one together and the next one and the next one, or you can each tackle one individually.
These sound like jobs for a ranger.
these do sound very rangery. I will. I'll tend the veg and stuff at home because I've got like druidcraft and I've got nature and stuff and that sort of thing. Everything else feels.
So the hunting of food requires someone with sort of good nature, good survival, and then who's good at actually killing something. The tending of the garden requires nature, a steady hand, and a good knowledge of plants and things like that. And the catching the pig requires someone who's good at tracking, and someone who's potentially good at sneaking up on things, or good or strong to catch a pig that doesn't want to be caught.
Larry, I reckon we just sit back and let Arwen deal with all this stuff. It seems. I think this all comes under your purview, right? Catch a pig, turn into a pig yourself. Convince it to come home. Plants and stuff.
That's not how I anticipated this session going, with Arwen trying to seduce a pig.
Juicing the pig.
Juicing a pig, just befriending the pig and convincing it to go home would be like really cool.
Sorry, I assume the seduction was implied.
I'm not a bard.
The plants and shit. That's plants and shit. And then the hunting food also feels very rangery. But I'm happy to do any and all of them. I only said I'd do the vegetable one.
Yeah, you can do stuff together. You can do stuff individually. It's up to you guys.
I feel like if Stix wants to do the plant one, and then me and Klari do the other 2, because I think we both have skills for both of them, like really specific skills. Like Klari can do the sneaking, but I can do the tracking. So that's the pig one.
Yeah.
And then the hunting one, I mean, if I miss, she can hit it.
Sneak attack fucking chicken or some shit. I don't know if they're chickens in the Feywild. Hey, chickens. Yeah? Alright, Stix to God. It's fucking great.
Okay. Well, which one would you like to do first? Hunting, herbing, or...
Should we do it in that order?
Pig. Yeah, okay.
Hunting, herbing.
So, yeah.
Pigging.
So... Hunting, herbing, horny pigging.
He's not. Ugh.
Dude.
So, yeah, you agree to help. Bella explains what you need to do. She, comes out with you, puts her boots on, picks up her sling and things again. As she's doing so, you can see that this like large cloak that she wears, like drapes sort of like around and over one side of one side of like one side of her chest, like over her shoulder. You can see it sort of like pulls back as she's pulling on her boots, and you can see that the sleeve on her shirt there is like folded up and like pinned back, like above the wrist. Um, you can see she's clearly missing a hand.
I see.
But she sort of catches you watching and just sort of like with an elbow just like twitches the cloak back over it. Well, I've got a few snares and traps and things set up. We could check those first, but if they're empty, then we'll need to track something down, and well, you know. And she like leads the two of you out and around, and as you walk past the garden, she's like, you can see that there's quite an extensive set of sort of vegetable patch with little like sort of lattices set up for things to grow up and vines to grow up and herbs and things like sprouting out in neat little rows in beds. She leaves you all with that Stix and leads the two of you out. You guys walk for maybe sort of like 5 or 10 minutes in a gentle arc around the perimeter of the property. You can see she leads you to sort of like 3 or 4 small little traps that have been set up. A couple of them have been triggered, but they haven't managed to actually catch anything. And she takes the time to reset them. But unfortunately, there's nothing in them. There's no easy catch. But for you guys to catch some prey, it comes down to 3 steps. 1, you need to make a nature check to identify the prey. Then you need to make a survival check to track it, and then you need to kill it somehow.
Could you just use your channel divinity thing? So fucking insane. I don't know if Arwen has nature proficiency. I don't think you do you?
I don't. Which is really
That would be-
stupid, but I don't.
Yeah. I feel like druids should just get nature proficiency.
Yeah. You'd think.
Yeah. So you can.
You call him.
Yeah, channel divinity. To just know shit. Yeah. So you get. Yeah. Check. Because sometimes you can't roll less
Can't roll
than
lower than
18.
18.
So that's actually an 18.
Why?
Because of her channel divinity. So with her channel, don't know if you heard, she said she was going to use her channel divinity to get proficiency in nature, and then because she has proficiency then in a thing and reliable talent, she
Right.
then can't roll.
No, I didn't hear that you were using your channel divinity. Yes.
So what? Do you know?
Okay, so yes, you get an 18. Yeah, so with an 18, you manage to identify a large number of tracks. You can identify the tracks of what look to be some sort of like deer or something like that. Lots of tracks for small creatures, rabbits and hares and things like that, as well as the tracks for some sort of like medium-sized creatures like maybe badgers and foxes and things like that. So you have a choice of what you want to go for. Whether you want to go for some small things like rabbits, some medium things like a fox or a badger, or something larger like a deer.
A deer. Go big or go home.
Okay. So having identified all the creatures around, you then now need to make a survival check to track the specific target.
While tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number, the size, and how long they pass through the area. So I get that. And also, when making an intelligence or wisdom check related to your favorite terrain, your proficiency bonus is doubled. If you're using a skill you're proficient in. So, yes. That's survival, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I can't read.
You got a plus 19 to this. No. Plus. Yeah.
That's
No. Plus
11, 12, 13, 14, 16,
16.
I think.
Yeah, 16. So
Which isn't great, but oh, is what it is.
16 is a good roll. I mean, it's not great considering you had a plus 13 to it, but
Is what it is.
16 is a good roll. Yeah, it takes you a little bit of time as you're going. You're going through. You quickly identify tracks. You manage to distinguish some that are maybe slightly older, but it seems there are several sort of well-worn paths and things that the animals use. So it's a little bit hard to make out the deer ones initially amongst all the others, but you kind of just follow the general pattern of them until they diverge. You walk for a little bit of time in silence until after sort of a few maybe awkward minutes. Bella watching you guys sort of closely, almost like appraising your skills. She's clearly, you can tell from being around her as well, she's clearly adept in the woods. This sort of like mottled color across her cloak and things makes her quite difficult to make out. She moves very quietly and very practicedly, so she barely makes a sound, similar to the way Klari moves. She's very, very stealthy through the woods. You think she'd be very unlikely to attract the attention of anything that she was. Yeah. There is what is it? What's the word? You pick up just a level of competence from her, like and as someone who is skilled in this, you can identify someone else who is skilled in moving and in these ways. And eventually, she sort of starts talking. It's like, so what brings you all to the rose garden? Then
Sightseeing.
sightseeing in a place like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. But no one would go sightseeing there.
Stix is more of the talker.
Fair enough. It sort of lapses back into silence as you not keen to continue the conversation.
Me and Clary are having a conversation over ring.
Like,
This bitch is interrupting our conversation. This is girl time.
What's the conversation, girl time?
Don't know.
Okay.
Like, look at that tree.
Look at that tree.
Yeah. I bet I
thank
could
fuck
climb
we
that.
got 5 minutes.
You ever seen such a magnificent tree? It's on a par with how's the weather?
Yeah. We've already discussed the weather this morning.
Ah, right, okay.
They schedule their small talk. You got to do it 3 times a day. Weather, trees, feet up from walking.
How cute is Hugo? How annoying is Stix?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
every hour, that.
Oh yeah. And I'd say by this point, like you guys have had these rings for a while, Stix is like built up a paranoia now. Stix has built up like social anxiety because he's convinced that you guys and everyone else now is talking about it behind his back like a ring. Like you guys could just like look at something and kind of giggle and think like, "What did you say about me?"
Mhm.
And it's us going, giggle now.
Oh, that's so good.
But yeah, you move swiftly. You can tell that these tracks are. You find a set that has been fairly recent amongst those that are more weather worn. And in short order, you do. Actually, both of you give me perception checks.
Is perception one where I can add my thingy?
It's a wisdom skill, so
yes. 89, 21. Oh, damn.
32. Yeah, so Klari, you are quick to spot this before anyone else, followed by Bella, then Arwen. That somewhere ahead of you, you hear the sound of something moving, something quite large, and then you spot through the trees this like large rack of sort of antlers.
We're going to say a large rat.
No, this large rack of antlers like moving through and then disturbing sort of low-hanging branches and things like that. And there is quite a large, impressive-looking stag ahead of you.
Thought I could. No, I must.
It pauses at one point, sort of looks around, and then like lowers its head and starts eating from the grass, unaware of all of your presence. What would you like to do? Bella slowly sort of like takes a stone and drops it into her sling and prepares, waiting, looking at the two of you.
Is this like normal hunting where like one shot is going to kill it?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
You're not going to drag this out for like a few hours of combat with a poor stag.
What?
A wounded stag runs around
Oh.
for hours in agony, braying and screaming. No,
Oh.
I mean, it depends how you roll.
Oh.
If you roll terribly, then maybe it gets away and you've got to search for something else. Something less plentiful.
Sorry. I will try to shoot it.
Okay.
Can I hunter's mark
Yeah, if you want.
before I do it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You like mutter a small hunter's mark. Yeah, you mutter like a small incantation as you like draw your bow. Prepare to fire. Make that attack roll.
Boom.
An 18. Yeah. It is a clean shot.
Cool.
There is like a brief noise from the stag before it just drops to the ground.
So sorry.
Bella looks over you as you've like drawn your bow and says, "Good shot. It's a fine bow you've got."
Yes. Yes, it is. Because it's mine.
Sort of like you take your toes like, well, sort of like it wouldn't be much good to me anyway.
You could use your teeth.
she
Your
could
feet.
she could attach like a little like hook, like maybe like picks up an arrow, and then when she flicks it back and it goes to the bow, and then when she flexes her wrist, it like basically lets go, and then.
Has she not seen the Olympics? She used their teeth.
Actually,
Hmm.
awesome. Fucking hell, their dentists must get paid a bomb.
Yeah.
Something like pull the thing out and return them. Yes.
Yeah, but their dentist also loves them for how much they floss. But yeah, between the three of you, you can claim the animal and carry it back,
Oh, I'm not carrying.
ready for.
That's too much effort.
You can either carry it back or you can butcher it here and bring it.
No, I'm not. I did the deed. I'm running away. Can't handle it.
This is something I imagine Arwen is very good at naturally, and Arwen would have no qualms with just eating, unless Arwen
Arwen
does.
forgets where her food comes from.
Arwen forgets where her food comes from.
Yes.
Okay.
She's very good at hunting,
Mm-hmm.
but then, and she's really like steady, and she knows she can do it, and she does it, and then she's like, Bambi. And then she has a bit of a breakdown, and then she gets back home and she's like, ooh, food, yum.
Bacon. Okay.
So yeah.
Well, while that is going on, Stix, you are back at the house. There is a large.
On. I got a little, like a little gardening hat on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going like full
Hugo has stayed
fucking.
behind, and he is carrying like one of those like sort of like curved
Baskets.
baskets, yeah, for like gardening tools and stuff with like a big like arched handle on, like in his mouth, following along behind Stix. Um, so he can help you if you need it. Yeah, like Rithan like comes out again, and he's like pottering out on his spade. He's like, yes, we need well, just go through and find the ones that are ready for harvesting, pull the vegetables, and gather the herbs ready for drying. As you've probably seen, we have quite the collection. I do like to brew a thing or two from time to time.
Fantastic. I'm gonna use Druidcraft. So whenever I'm doing this, I'm gonna try and sort of, I guess, ripen the things that I'm like pulling out of the ground before I
Okay,
do.
yeah.
Just
Okay, we'll come back
Yeah.
to that in a moment. So, to harvest these, you need to identify the mature ones that are ready to be harvested and eat, which is a nature check. You then need to pull them out and harvest them without damaging them, which is a sleight of hand check. And you need to prepare them for cooking on drying, which is an intelligence check.
fantastic. So I'm good at one of those.
You have Hugo's help as well.
Oh yay! So this is an advantage. I said that. Yeah, there we go. 25. Oh, if I can take that.
So yeah, so you quickly identify all the various ones that are like mature and ready to be harvested. So you can pull various like carrots, potatoes, other ground-based vegetables out, and those are a large quantity of herbs and things that you can identify have the right amount of growth to harvest the leaves or stems or whatever it is for them. So next is a sleight of hand check to see how much of that you've identified is ready to be harvested you are able to get without damaging. Things like pulling the tops off carrots without getting them out of the ground and making your job much more difficult. If you're trying to harvest only sort of leaves, making sure you don't get too much stem so that things will dry, stuff like that.
Where's the advantage? If I'm getting Hugo's help to grab the really small stuff that my big warrior hands cannot grab.
Yeah.
And
So between the two of you, you are able to sort of like harvest things, and it's maybe like sort of like getting a grip. Hugo sort of like put with his like talons and stuff, like you'll direct him to like push like stems over, so you can easily get to like the leaves and little things you need, and stuff like that.
nice.
And and then finally an intelligence check to prepare them. You carry them all inside, and Rithan comes up and then produces a couple of chopping boards and knives and things like that, and you start sort of like stripping leaves off stems and stuff and grouping them into bunches and like hanging them up, and from everything you've collected on the table, and gestures for you to do the same.
that this is the bit that Stix never properly did way back when, so he's actually going to give himself guidance on this one. And I hope for the best. Oh! 19
plus 4,
23.
Yeah. So, going off what maybe Arwen said earlier, Arwen's good at finding stuff and bringing it in, but when you guys are foraging out and about on your travels, maybe it's fallen to Stix more often than not to actually sort of prepare these things into some sort of semblance of a meal. And he's picked up quite a knack for it seems, over time. And so, between the two, you and Rethan, he produces a large, like, stew pots and things, and like pour some of the boiling water from it earlier, and the vegetables go in and stuff like that. It's sort of set on a very low fire, and it begins to cook. And with the herbs and things, he takes like some of the fresh herbs and some of the dried herbs and sprinkles them in, and in short order, the whole thing smells quite nice. And there is a fine stew on the way. As you're sort of in the middle of this and preparing food and things like that, is when the hunting party returns. The body of the stag is, if no one else is willing, Bella is certainly more than capable. She will sets up and does all the necessary things to harvest the meat. Strips are cut off and put on racks to dry.
She can be doing that while me and Klari are out looking for a pig.
Sounds good, yeah. So she comes in and a load of that sort of goes in the stew and stuff as well.
Pig.
And
is this some sort of satanic sacrifice thing? And they're going to sacrifice a pig?
I always think the worst of people.
Well, yeah. Normally they
If we do, it's because you've made us that way.
Yeah. So sort of as she's maybe doing this and carving off meat and things like that, says you, I would try. I've tried to the south and I've tried to the east. Try to the north. There are occasionally we take Gertrude out there traveling, so she might have wandered off on her own. So I've tried some of the other common spots, down by the river where she likes to wallow and things like that. But if you spot her, unless she wants to come back, she's going to be hard to grab hold of. And she goes up to, she sort of briefly reaches inside and comes out with a length of leather cord and stuff like that. She's it's already tied up. When we take her traveling, we usually put her on a leash like this. Well, I say we. I take her, put her on a leash like this, so she doesn't get too far away from me.
Is she a fat pig, or is she? I don't know.
She's a healthy animal. Yes. So, to track down Gertrude,
Yeah.
you must first identify pig tracks specifically, which is a nature check. You must then track her again, which is a survival check, and then you can either use a feat of strength to try and grapple her, or you can use your stealth and sneakiness to try and sneak up on her and get the lead on her.
Okay.
It's up to you guys. If you have other ideas as well, those are just the sort of suggestions that
have a plan. We track where she is. I then turn into a pig and distract her, and Klari can then do a sneak and grab and do all of the good, clever stuff. Well, Arwen is a pig.
Okay.
If that is what Klari thinks is a good idea.
Okay. Well then, a nature check to first identify pig tracks.
Are we both doing it? Yeah. Are we both doing it?
It's up to you guys. Well, you can do it. Both of you can do it.
Christian's gonna get lost. Oh, 10 minutes. Is it gonna be longer than 10?
Yes, it's definitely been longer than 10 minutes for you guys to track down the deer and things. So one of you can do it. You can both. One of you can do it with advantage, or you can both do it together.
What's your nature?
Mine's 2.
Oh, that's 3.
Do I get double proficiency bonus?
Yes, but you're not proficient in nature.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Duh. Idiot. Yeah, I think Klari does it and just gets advantage.
Okay.
It's probably a better idea.
7.
We're trying really hard.
You are trying very hard, but you're not really able to identify amongst all the other tracks which ones specifically seem to belong to a pig.
Can we do it again?
You can try it again. It will up the DC to attempt the same thing again.
What about what? Is there not anything I can do?
I don't know if there's anything you can do.
No, there's nothing about tracking. That's really annoying.
Any spells you can cast to aid you guys? Any abilities you want to use?
I don't really have anything. Can I do it with advantage? And it will be a higher.
Yeah, you can try it instead with advantage. 17. So it takes a while. And you definitely, by the time you have identified this and started to make a move, you've definitely lost a significant amount of time, and it's starting to get darker.
It's fine. Klari works great in the dark.
So next, having identified which tracks you think belong to pigs trotters, you need to track them once again. So just another survival check.
That I can get my double proficiency. Advantage or
yeah, you can do if you're both helping. I mean, you've already got double proficiency bonus as well.
What do you mean?
Because you're survival check.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But do I also get advantage because Klari? 19.
That's 5.
24.
Yeah. So, having lost a bit of time trying to find these, having found them and sure you found the right ones, you quickly make your way through, following them out towards the truffle fields. And in short order, you do spot, a dirty pink side amongst the trees and things, and you hear the snuffling sounds of a pig snout when you're sort of rooting through the ground. And
Okay. Are we doing the distracting plan?
Yep.
Cool. I am a pig.
okay, you use your using a wild shape
As I can talk to other pigs.
to other pigs.
Yeah, while I'm a pig.
Pigs can't speak. Pigs don't have a language.
Communicate to other pigs, though.
Yeah.
Like
I
one
mean, you
pig
can
could to another pig.
communicate, but you can't talk.
Okay, well, I'll communicate with this pig.
How are you communicating with
Hi,
the pig?
pig.
No, you can't talk.
But
That's
no
just because
pigs
JJ
talk
doesn't
to
want to
other
do a pig.
pigs.
I mean,
JJ doesn't want to do a pig voice.
they do not have a language. They
Then
do.
what do I talk in when I speak with animals?
That's magic.
Fine.
Right.
Which can either take the form of you just speaking and the animal understands you, or if you want it to be, it can take the form of you oinking and
Yeah, it
snuffling and
definitely
bleating
yeah.
when you talk. Yeah, but that's magic.
Oh, fine. Okay, well, I'm gonna like oink at it
Okay,
in a friendly
in
manner.
a friendly manner.
Yes,
Okay.
in a hello, you're my friend now.
Okay, make an animal handling check.
No, no, please. Oh, can't it be something else?
You get advantage on this
Oh, for
because you're
God's
familiar with
sake.
pigs.
I am familiar with pigs. I eat
Just
them.
all the time.
11?
The pig seems to smell bacon and is offended.
No!
No, I'm kidding.
I haven't eaten
Yeah.
bacon for days.
For Arwen, that's like 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just sort of like turns in your direction and seems to regard you neither with interest nor disinterest. It just,
I mean, as long as it's keeping its eyes on me and it's like,
yeah,
you know, I'll keep, you know, until I can. Well, I won't be able to see Klari because I can't see her until she's on top of us. But yeah, until the pig has been caught,
Okay.
I will
yeah,
make the pig look at me,
okay,
wiggle
Yeah.
my pig butt.
okay.
No, I'm not a bard.
In a seductive way.
No.
Yeah, so Clary, Arwen has somewhat, distracted the pig. It doesn't seem enraptured by her, but it's certainly focused on her at the moment.
I'm not a threat, is what I'm trying to get. Like I'm there. Will I give advantage as well because I'm an ally within?
She's not attacking the pig.
Well, no, I don't know.
I mean,
Well, no, she's not. But like
not
to
as far
catch,
as I...
does that not help or anything?
Yes, you have conferred a benefit.
Okay.
You haven't rolled high enough to give advantage, but you've lowered the DC.
Okay. I am pig.
Double check. I'm not killing the pig. I'm just catching the pig.
Just catching the pig. Yeah.
You just get him up in his grill.
Just not me.
Yeah. So Clary's got the lead,
Please
and
don't catch me.
Clary's got the lead and is preparing to
bloody
sneak
good.
up to.
It's the wrong pig.
Freaking catch up.
Watch the pig. Like, Arwen, why are you running away?
Oh, it's like, get off me! Actually, no, stay on. Onwards! Pig chase ensues. All right, you know what? But Clary's got such high perception. If I even call for a perception check to determine which pig is which, she'll pass it anyway. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm gonna call for it anyway. Make a stealth check.
Very
It's the
can tell
funniest
that.
thing you've ever said.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's a 25.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
The pig hears you coming. It's a god pig.
It's the big bad guy.
Yeah. So you very successfully, with Arwen's distraction, managed to sneak up behind and quickly, as this, sort of like between it, like sort of like snuffling and like lifting its head, you managed to slip the lead over its head. It initially like tries to run and gives like a tug on the lead, but then sort of like realizing it's like on the lead again, it just sort of like docilely like trots back and just like snuffles around your feet. You find yourself sort of like turning in a couple of circles to stop it wrapping you up in the lead, but it just seems it's just like, oh, I'm on a lead again. Okay, back to business.
That's
Minecraft.
so cute.
Carrot, and you attach a carrot in like on a little stick in front of its head, and then you can use that to like ride it around.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's fantastic.
I want a pig. Can we get a pig?
Like you and I get a pig, or
Yes.
D&D get a pig?
No, real life. Micro pig, please.
Pink up pig. What they call.
Mm.
Yeah.
Where's he gonna live?
I don't know. On the floor?
Not in the
Hi,
house.
they're literally they are like
Big.
yeah they're like this big. that is their mature, full-grown
Unless we get
size.
scammed, but we're not going to get scammed, obviously.
Yeah, and get a whole pig. I've seen that news story. Couple buys teacup pig only to realise it was regular piglet.
Yeah, that happened quite a few times.
Gets a 100-kilo pig.
I would want a pig.
Yeah.
You just want bacon.
Can you make me bacon?
Yeah, we got some bacon in the fridge. We'll make some afternoon day. But yeah, you guys successfully track down and have captured Gertrude.
Arwen would like to trot back as a pig.
Arwen trots back as a pig, looking majestic and somehow smug.
Yeah, because I'm not on a lead.
Archery gets side-eye from Gertrude.
Free
But yeah, you
bird.
guys
Free.
successfully return. By the time you guys return, the sun has definitely dropped in the sky. You know you've been here for a few days. You know it never fully sets, but it's certainly towards evening, and your activities have left you somewhat tired. As you come back, Bella is out the back. She's like washing like dried blood and things off her hands in a bucket.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there like a mud pit where Gertrude normally wallows?
There is certainly like a pen.
Is there some mud?
Yeah, it is somewhat
Arwen would
muddy.
like to know what wallowing feels like.
Okay.
She wallows.
Okay.
It's a fun word.
Yeah.
It's subpar. It's not as good as she thought it would be.
You come back, I'm like, oh, what happened to you? Somehow, how did you? Have we replaced? Okay, Arwen's either turned herself into a pig, or we've replaced Arwen with a pig. Either of which I'm completely fine.
You know, pigs like can eat people and stuff.
Pig win. Yes, there's a common way of people getting
Be
rid of the
careful, Stix.
They don't eat anything. You can put like a
Yeah,
bucket of
bring
nails
this.
in and just some seasoning on top of it. And they'll fucking eat that shit.
No.
But yes, so it is definitely approaching, sort of mid-ish evening at this time. As you guys return, Bella like sounds like, "Oh, well done, you found her," and like comes over and sort of like playfully like swats like Gertrude on the head before like scratching between the ears. It's like, "Don't run off again. I spent so long searching for you." And Gertrude's just sort of like snorting like, happily to herself. And she just allows herself to be sort of like led off and like tied back up in her pen and stuff again.
Where Arwen is rolling around.
Yeah, you are regarded very strangely. And she sort of looks over at Klari, she's like, "The other pig? And your friend?"
Tomorrow's dinner. Thought we'd be nice.
You didn't know a pig could do this?
Somehow a pig gives you the
Okay.
finger.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tomorrow breakfast.
Thank you.
Bella's
I'm
just
getting eaten. It's just bacon butty.
right. Okay. Well, thank you so much. As I say, my father will tell you anything that you need to know, and we will, for all your help, we will gratefully have you all for dinner.
You better not have me for dinner.
Gratefully invite you to stay for dinner.
Okay. I question everything fairies say. Or people in the Feywild say. I'm not.
Do we stay for dinner or do we fuck off and head out?
Technically, we made it. Unless anyone has
No,
seen them.
we elected it. They made it.
Oh,
Like,
that's true.
Yeah. Like, one chicken could go to McDonald's and become a McDonald's chicken. Another chicken could go to a 5-star restaurant and become some fancy ass chicken. We don't know what they're going to do to this elk, venison.
Do I have to detect poison or something?
Not currently. Oh yes, you do. Level
Yeah, I
1 spell.
do. Can I detect on the food?
Yes, you can cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Thank you.
It is not poisoned
Or diseased?
or diseased.
Okay, it's not poisoned or diseased, guys.
Magic.
You cast Detect Magic. Yeah, the only thing that is magical is the like brewer's kit.
It's the pig that's in the middle of the living room. Me.
You can't be a pig to cast that spell. Have to be an Arwen again, unfortunately.
Fine, I'll be
Unless you immediately turn back into
no,
a pig.
Screw it. I'm not wasting another one. Shit.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing that is magical around there is the brewer's kit, which has like a transmutation charm on it. And you get the sense that it's there for like it speeds up what the process that things would naturally take, so things can be done faster than they normally could with it.
So murder can go faster. So how do I get myself?
Suspicious. Pardon?
How do I get myself one?
A faster
You-
murder.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so a meal is prepared and laid out for all you guys. You all sit around, and it is very lovely. It is lovely. It is delicious. It is fresh. Yeah, sorry, and very enjoyable. And as you're eating, Ritten turns to you and says, "Well, is there anything specific you'd like to know, or should I just give you a general overview?"
Is there anything particularly worrisome that you know about between us and the Rose Guard?
Well, I should warn you not to eat the plants.
Well, the plants we've just eaten.
No, the plants that grow around in closer proximity.
Okay.
Some of the things that have been eating on them for a long time have become somewhat unsavory. They can have a somewhat harmful or, what's the word? Rabiding? Really, they can make things more sort of rabid if they eat too much of them.
Are you rabid? Are you going to eat us?
You just sort of laugh like, I don't think there's any danger of that.
Mm.
The other thing to know is the tower itself and the surrounding buildings reside on a small island in the middle of a large lake.
Oh, God.
In my day, it was common to see beautiful sights like fairies and things flitting through the sky. I don't know if they still remain, but they were generally peaceful. However, if they remain, they could have become more dangerous. Also, apparently, when the tower became dormant, we used to occasionally see something quite large and feathered flying through the sky. We haven't seen it for some time.
In rock.
You'd be our rock friend. It's fine. This time,
People I spoke to that came through, they said something took up residence on the roof garden. The tower itself is surrounded by several small buildings, the kitchens, the stables, the servants' quarters, a small barracks, and the like. And the tower itself consists of several floors, with the prince and princess's chamber on the top floor. There is also a very large ballroom or throne room that the prince would use for audiences or parties. And yes, there are several large greenhouses and gardens full of plants. Many of them were filled with roses, although I think a lot of them will have died by now. One of the rooms in the tower is also a sort of vivarium for plants that do not grow very naturally in this climate.
Clavarium. Fun word.
As he's speaking to you all, there is a knock at the door.
Uh-oh.
Bella gets up and opens the door, and you can see that there is someone there, a tall, blonde-haired elf, dressed in sort of like very dark blues and things, with a large like traveling cloak over and a pack on their back. They, there's like Bella opens the door. He's like, Pythia, welcome. I'm hoping we'd see you soon. We've nearly run out of butter, as well as flour. So, this elf is like called Pythia. Is just like, well, I thought it would be about time that I should come through. And they're just like, oh, I see you have visitors. How unusual. So, yes, well, they've been quite helpful, so we thought we'd invite them to stay. It's like, well, that's lovely. As I say, I've got butter and flour for you, as well as several rolls of hide. She begins listing off various things like nails and all sorts. And it's like, I've got a very fine whetstone I've come across recently, enchanted to help things, a blade keep its edge. And she goes through and she takes off this small pack off her back, and inside, she just reaches down into the shoulder and begins drawing things out, like this large roll of hide for making, of like leather hide and, various other things. As she's talking, and Bella starts going around the room, pulling down various jars and things. She opens a cupboard and takes out several, what look like potion bottles and filled with different colored liquids, and starts stacking them all up. And they start to sort of haggle back and forth while Rithon continues to tell you about the tower. But all the while that they're sort of doing this, Arwen and Klari, you both got quite high passive perceptions. You notice that Pythia's attention is very much sort of, although she's conversing, she's not looking directly at Bella. She's sort of focusing her attention on the three of you still at the table, or the four of you, sorry, with Hugo still at the table.
Yeah. I'm skeptical about her now.
But eventually they...
I really quickly just pop a divine sense in this room. I meant to do it earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming nothing, but you never know. I get 6 of these a day or 5 of these a day.
Yeah. I forget all the different things you can detect with divine sense.
I believe it's just celestials, fiends, and undead.
There are no celestials, fiends, or undead.
I can find Fae isn't it? Fae, celestials, fiends, and undead.
You can't. Primeval awareness finds a lot of things.
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Yeah, I believe you pick one.
No.
Oh, the following types of creatures.
You can just find.
Okay. I mean, this does cover a 6-mile radius because you are in your favorite terrain.
But I don't want to use the 6-mile radius.
You want to try and make a spellcasting check to try and
wisdom.
Wisdom, yes.
Oop. 16.
Yeah, you managed to keep it in a reasonably tight radius around. You definitely detect some fae.
There are fae about.
Oh, fucking fae!
Thingy's not around, is he?
Who?
Elvis? No.
No.
No, I don't have Elvis around
Also a
today.
dragon.
I got really worried then. I was like, oh yeah, Hugo.
Oh dear.
I was about to shit myself.
They conclude their business. It's a little unnerving with her sort of watching you this whole time, but She puts the various potions and herbs and other things that she's gathered, back in her pack. And Bella goes around and puts the various new items away.
If she's still looking,
Yeah.
well, can I just say what you're looking at? I'm quite confrontational.
She just sort of looks at you, it's like, well, what do you think I'm looking at?
Oh, is she flirting with me? No, that's a big. I don't know. Clary's very pretty.
Is she?
I don't know. Yes, she is. You're
Well-
making me uncomfortable.
Am I?
Ah!
Questions, like 20 questions, but not very good ones.
What do you want?
Three answers.
I'm a trader. What do you think I want?
You need Jesus.
Who is Jesus?
Me.
Do you think I need you?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel attacked. And not in a way I can handle.
What is it you're trading? We've been on many an adventure. Maybe we have some stuff to barter with, or is it just very basic supplies and amenities?
Well, I can trade all sorts. I like to look after those around here. Bringing what people need.
Oh, no, she's a baddie. She's a baddie.
That is.
Bella and Rithen very gratefully
Effectively.
supply me with things that are very useful.
Oh, she's a witch. She's brewing the potions. She's the other one of the three witches.
She definitely could be. Where is it you hail from, madam? Where is it you trade from? If you come all this way, obviously we're new here. If you can't tell, and we kind of assumed that once you get outside Tindara's domain, it would sort of just be like pretty barren until we got anywhere else. So where is it you've hailed from?
I trade wherever I can.
I don't like this person. What? You know the thing Klari did the other day for the woman with the cloak that tried to offer us wine.
Like an insight check.
No, she did
what?
like
Oh, legend.
yeah. Is that a spell?
Yeah.
Could she do it on this woman, or is it like a high spell?
There's a recharge.
Because I think it's the same person and she shapeshifted.
Use it once.
Yeah. The only thing is, we don't know. I mean, what did this woman say her name was again?
Pythia.
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 I ring the bell for like poetry, but I feel like she could have just given us a false name or something. I mean, you could use it.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I didn't get any information from the other one.
It didn't, but that was because that one was.
But if we don't get any information from this person, it'll be like, oh, it's the same person doing
Yeah.
a shapeshift. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I will. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
I'll just say her name out loud.
She's like, yes.
Conversation is with her.
Also, verbal, somatic, and material. So, do you there with your ring going, Pythia? Something.
This is how he
Magic.
says hello.
Yeah, I mean, kind of trying to do it more subtly, or are you being open about the fact that you're casting a spell?
Scenic shit. It really helps.
If you're trying to be more discreet, you can make a sleight of hand check to do it subtly. You know, sort of like wiggle your fingers under the table and things like that.
Yeah, I'll just try and do it. It's like, doesn't touch it. Oh, 29.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, you feel
It's not-
confident that she does not detect any sense of your spellcasting. But once again, the same thing happens. You are blocked from something blocks your divination magic from acquiring any information.
I think it's the same person.
I reckon maybe okay, either it's the same person, or because surely if it was the same person, we would get like the name that we use would be like wrong, right? What if they're two different sisters? So there's three
Yeah.
sisters. What if we've now met two of the different
I think, yeah. It's one of those two. I'm like 99.9% sure it's
Well,
either of those two things.
Oh, the temptation to cut off Red right now, but I don't know this. So, yeah, we need a ride. But I don't know this, and also I don't know her, and I don't know this, and I don't know any of that's going on. So Stix is just making generic Feywild small talk, trying not to mention how he's been trained to hunt and kill people from the Feywild. And he has it when you're like when you're like in a situation and like something really like you could say a really bad thing and suddenly that's all you can think about and it's actually effort to try not to say it.
It's just blurts out like, I've been trying to kill you since I was very young.
I can snap my fingers and make them fuck off, so don't fuck with me. No, yes.
Sorry, it's my chest.
Yeah, I think Stix is just making generic small talk with this one. I'm like, so what do you train? Can I see your wares? And I go into a little like menu screen with like your items and her items and my tray, and I'm looking for her stuff and seeing what we've got all like.
This man has been playing Boltzking.
Far too much.
I'm just hoping he doesn't try any of the exploits to steal all their gold and then sell their items back to them.
I love doing that.
Wait, what?
Steal
Steal
it.
all they got and
So
sell?
what you can do is if you've got good stealth in Baldur's Gate, you can basically go to someone, steal all their items, and then just sell them back to them to get all their gold.
Oh yeah, you can do that in Skyrim. It's really funny. You can. It's fucking great because you have people like with entire stores and all the stuff that they sell is actually in chests in their shops. So if you can distract the shopkeeper, you can literally go in, literally loot out all of his stuff, and then just sell all of his entire shop back to him. And he'll come back into the room like nothing has happened. Like there'll be like a massive dragon head missing and like all weapon racks and everything completely missing, and he's just like, "What a beautiful day!"
One of the things
Hello
you can
there,
also do in
adventurer.
Skyrim, though, is you can just blind people with buckets. You can take a
Oh,
bucket
yeah.
and manipulate it upside down, put it on their head. The game is clever enough to know that their eyes are covered and they can't see, but not to know the person should take the bucket off. So you can just
Yeah.
steal in front of them because they've got a bucket
Yeah.
on their head.
Love it.
It's
Anyway.
yeah.
I would like to put a bucket on this woman's head.
She might not,
Oh,
she might not take kindly to it.
boring.
She might turn you into a pig for real.
No.
And then
Oh
you
my
can make
God.
delicious bacon.
Fruit polymorph Arwen into a pig. That'd be great.
I want to be a bear.
Do bears shit in the woods?
Yay!
Uh,
But so do pigs if they're in the woods. So
yeah, that's true.
What?
He said so do pigs if they're in the woods.
Oh, right. So you
Yeah.
said you're only a pig if you're in the woods.
No.
I was very confused.
But yeah, so eventually, if you have no more questions, she concludes her business with Bella and she just leaves. The evening wears on. The meal is good. Very hearty, enjoyable. You guys feel like sort of like tired and sleepy. The warm fire and stuff like that. Rhythm sort of looks you all over and goes, "Well, I must retire. These old bones need their rest. You are welcome to stay. We have many spare beds."
Mm.
Oh, I'm
Wait.
sorry, what was that?
Nothing.
Okay, well, I will bid you good night. And he sort of like so he pushes way up, hobbles across, pushing open a door, disappearing off. Yes, as my father said, you are all very welcome. We have some spare beds if you would prefer, if you'd like. If you would prefer not, then. But you are welcome to shelter here as long as you like. You've been very helpful. We are very grateful for that help, especially bringing Gertrude back. My father is very fond of her.
I think you're the one that's fond of her.
How could you not with that face? She bids you all good night and makes her way off.
Bye.
Hi.
Should we take a rest here?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll just say like we'll stay like outside or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we'll stay like on the premises, but like not in there with them. We'll
Yeah.
camp on our stuff.
Okay. All right. Everyone sets up camp outside.
Hmm.
Everyone roll me a d20. You're going to sleep outside.
Oh. Well,
I'm scared.
Stix.
wrong. Yes.
Your dreams are racked by horrible nightmares.
Fuck that.
They are distressing visions of torment, causing you, when you wake, to feel tired and ill-rested. Roll a d10 for me.
D10. I'm rolling a D10. 7.
Your hit point maximum is reduced by 7,
Oof.
and you do not gain the benefits of a long rest.
Oof.
No, oh man, no saving. Hit point. Like, is that permanent or?
You don't know.
So
You just
you know what?
feel exceptionally tired and drained, like you've had a terrible night's sleep. The rest of you feel like you've had a perfectly fine night's sleep.
Excellent. That was a lovely night's sleep.
Just like 8 more hours. Well, there and thereabouts.
However, because of the meal you all helped make and consume last night, everyone roll a d10 for me.
I'm scared.
You gain that number of temporary hit points for the day.
Woohoo! 7.
I roll a what? roll a
Roll a
d10.
d10. You gain that number of temporary hit points for the day.
Oh, I
Nice.
lose 7 HP.
What's the other one? Was it big?
3, but I gain 7 temp HP. Wonderful. Oh, yeah. Of course.
Also, in the morning, as you're sort of like breaking your camp and getting up, Gertrude has got out of her pen once again and just trots over towards you. And we'll probably, let's say, at Clary's feet, because Clary was the one who managed to lasso her while Arwen was a pig. She drops a small silver bell
Where?
at Clary's feet.
Oh, cute.
The bell.
But yeah, Bella like throws open the back door. She's like, "Oh, you decided? Fair enough. Well, we still have some meat left over from yesterday, and that isn't drying. If you would like breakfast, you're welcome. My father has brewed something for you all as well."
What are they brewed?
And so you enter in, and amongst the sort of like breakfast things, there are 3 small vials of a yellowish liquid, sort of like swirling through with like silver flecks. He's like, "Oh, well, these are 3 that I had in stock, but thanks to the resources we gather, I can make more, so I will not run out. Do not worry. But I wanted to thank you by giving you all these potions. These will help you see through distracting illusions and things like that that have been known to surround the tower.
Okay.
It can help you navigate. In some places, apparently, the foliage is unnaturally thick, and where it has not actually grown, it is apparently an illusion. Or so Bella tells me from her travels.
When do you suggest we drink it?
Well, they last an hour, so I would wait until you get pretty close. Or until you are potentially inside if you think you'll be going that far. I would advise against it. I've heard it's very dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for the help.
Yeah. They are 3 potions of perception. They give you advantage to see through illusions for an hour.
Ooh, very
I'll see
fancy. You can add them to the back holding.
Pardon?
I was asking, when are you going to add those to the bag of holding, or are we going to each take one?
Probably just take one each, as there is one for each of us. Might as well.
Yeah.
Mhm. I'll also note as well, the bell that you received, Klari, did have a distinctly magical aura to it.
I cast identify.
You certainly can. You cast Identify on the bell, and it reveals to you that this is Gertrude's Charm of Porcine Fury. This is a single-use item. As an action, present the charm and call out Gertrude's name to summon a herd of spectral boar. Each creature of your
What?
choice in a 10-foot wide, 50-foot long line must make a DC 16 strength saving throw or fall prone. A creature that fails the saving throw takes 4d6 bludgeoning damage, half as much on success.
How long do the pigs last?
It's a single action use. So there's like you summon like a herd of spectral boar, they charge through your enemies,
And
they
then
ignore your allies, and then they disappear. But
so
yeah,
you can't use it again.
no, it's single use.
Aww, cute though. Bees.
The sign of fury.
It's Gertrude's Charm of Porcine Fury. I will God, I've gone back to roll 20 for the first time away from my notes, and all the rolls have come in all at once. I will just add that to the chat so you've got it for your reference. But yeah, you have your boons from your various acts of hacking. And you can all enjoy a nice breakfast, toast, butter, those various things like that. And be on your way. Before you depart, thank you all for your help. I know you've been a great help to my brother. I hope that one day she will. He sort of like leans in close while Bella's sort of like fiddling with something. Like, one day she will leave and find a better place, but I cannot travel, and she refuses to leave me on my own. My gracious girl. Perhaps if you pass this way again, you could convince her to go with you and travel somewhere else, somewhere better for her. I wish that you would not live so alone.
We'll see. Yeah, if we happen to come back this way, then maybe we'll stop by, say hello once again. But we can't guarantee it with our ways of accessing this plane and this, that, and the other are temperamental.
Well, I won't pretend to understand the ins and outs of planar travel, but it would warm an old man's heart to see his daughter, well, free of this dank hovel, quite frankly. Best of luck to you all.
Bye.
Bye.
And you can all depart. You head on out. Someone roll a d6 for me.
D6. I'm feeling lucky.
I'm not.
I should be so lucky. 5. The weather is good. It is bright. It is sunny. And the bright sunshine kind of quickly pushes back any sort of mist or dew that was on the ground and makes this place feel a little more vibrant and alive. You can appreciate the bright colours of the mushrooms and the trees and things like that. Even the thorny vines that occasionally sort of block your way seem less, sort of morose and threatening in the bright sunshine. And it is within good spirits that you carry on. In short order, you break out of this small clutch of forest and begin moving through more sections of more open fields. You come across great swathes of land that seem to just be full of rows upon rows of wild and thorny bushes that are growing. But they do so. You walk amongst them. Were once seemingly neat and orderly. Now the pathways between them overgrown and tangled. But you can continue to make your way, and on the distance, a far ways off, you can spot that there is indeed a large tower slowly hoving into view as you descend down, sort of a gradual sort of hillside into a large valley. You can spot this away ahead of you, and glittering on the water, this tower of pink stone.
Is this the rose garden?
As does seem to be.
Oh, that was quick.
As you are walking, everyone pick a number 1, 2, or 3.
2.
1. I guess.
Okay, which is very free. As you're walking, Stix, you suddenly feel a sharp pain in your toe, like you've stepped on a thorn or something like that. And looking down, you suddenly spot something small and stickman-like dart back in amongst the thorny rose bushes, but with a bright sort of streak of red colour to its form.
Stick up with streak of red color. It's very strange. And I like pull the thing out of my.
Yeah, you like bend, and there's like a very small puncture hole, like a almost like the size of like a needle from like a cactus or something like that, in your shoe. You haven't taken any damage. It's just like a pinprick.
I would take emotional damage if my shoes got pricked. Don't you dare.
Can I call out to this stick man and say, "Hey, who goes there? What? Hold on.
Yeah.
We need
As
to
you
know."
call out, looking around, there is like a sudden flash of red again, and this thing launches itself at your foot once more and stabs you in the foot, and you can see it as it's like tries to dart back. He's like, "Gone, foul beast! Stay away from my gardens!" Make a perception check for me, Stix.
Perception check. Perception check.
Yes, Stix, you foul beast. Cool.
20. Yeah, you spot
Yes.
I don't know, I should have thrown you guys over to this a while ago just to take it off the old battle map. Yeah, you spot what looks like a figure made from little thorny vines with a large rose for a head. As it like jumps back in amongst the bushes, you can see it's carrying what looks like a very small rapier in the form of like a cactus needle or something like that.
Little flower guardian.
It darts out again, this time going for Klari, and you feel it prick you in the ankle. It's like, "Stay away from the prince's gardens! You do not belong here!"
Did you say he was? He's like literally
He's
the size of a
about
fly.
sort of 8 inches tall.
Okay. I'll just say,
Ah, big.
A bit smaller than that.
fair and well met, small rose. Thing. I'm speaking to a flower. How goes it?
Darts out
I
to the
know.
path in front of you and like adopts like a fencer's stance, and it's like one. "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Why are you going French?
"Oh, no."
I pull out my own sword and I look down at him and I just say, "Oh well, we're here to sort out the weeds. If you could
"The
point
brave
us in
knight
the
Rubius does not cower. He will take on any opponent to defend these lands. In the name of the prince, I beseech you, be gone."
This is my favorite NPC.
"What are you doing here? State your purpose."
We are here to. How would I'd sort of look back to the group with eyes that say, "How do we tell him we're here to kill the 3 hags without telling him we're here to kill the 3 hags?" AKA, why the fuck are we here? Like, what reason, what excuse are we actually going to give to say,
"Dispense
well,
with your mutterings. Tell me your purpose, or I will throw you from my prince's lands. Be gone. Hiya!"
Is your prince in there?
"In what?"
In the town?
"My prince has not walked these lands for many years, but he will return to us once more, and the gardens will bloom."
Why is he not here?
"I do not know."
Sorry.
that's exactly why we're here. We'd heard of this tale, we've heard of this story, and we thought that maybe we could help. We are adventurers. We like,
"A quest
you know,
to save the prince. You must let me accompany you. Sir Rubius will be your guide and protector."
you know what? Absolutely, absolutely, Sir. Sir Rubius, was it?
Oh, but I actually wrote him down.
Yes, I am Sir Rubius, and he sheaths his little like cactus needle rapier, puts like one hand to the top of the rose, although you can't really see a mouth or eyes or anything like that, and just suddenly like I can't do it, but you know the thing where you put your two fingers in your mouth and you whistle.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
he does that, and you hear the pattering of like little feet, and it's like, "Ba-dum, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum," and what looks like a little rabbit emerges. But as the rabbit darts out, you can see it's got a little like vine-like saddle on its back and a little horn on its head. He like jumps on the back. It's like, "Come, Petunia! You have companions who will help us save the prince."
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and so well,
Was he a sir?
he was Rubius, yes,
So Rubius and Petunia.
who looks like this.
Oh, look at him!
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, look at that man!
And Petunia is an Almirage who looks like this.
Oh,
So,
that is adorable. It's like a unicorn rabbit.
yeah.
I love them so much.
So, they are now companions in your
We're
party.
taking the shot.
They have stat blocks.
They can't die.
If they go down, they will make death saves like anyone
Stop.
else.
You're not nice. Can they go into my little ball?
You'd have to want to tune them,
No. No.
and you could only have one of them.
Oh,
It's fine.
oh my god. Yes. What
So,
kind of
Sir
unicorn
Rubius.
rabbit? What is it called?
It's called an Almirage.
Mhm. Thank you. I knew it began with an A, and I just couldn't remember. Rose.
So, Sir Rubius, how long
Fabulous
have
with
you
us.
how long have you been in these lands? How you know how
I have been here all my life.
that
I was created by the prince to watch over these fields and keep his roses in bloom. Unfortunately, I have failed.
You have failed.
The prince is a fine man. One day he will walk in these fields again, I'm sure. But me and my brethren were to keep the fields in bloom and keep them free of pests. And he suddenly sort of like turns and like leaps off Petunia and like jumps and is like into the dirt. And he comes up with like there's like a little like beetle like skewered on his thing. And he just like sort of like flicks it. And it's like the whole thing just like tumbles away, dead. It's been kebabbed all the way through.
He takes his job so serious.
I
well,
heard the prince was a kind and generous man, a lover of plants and animals alike. I admire him for that, although I have never met him.
You can't die.
well, hopefully we'll be able to get your prince back and sort out what's going on here. Now, we heard in the story there were these three mysterious women tagged or something. Now, this place or had something to do with all of this? Where might we be able to find these individuals? We have some questions asked about sort of what's
If we
going on
search for the
here.
prince, our search must begin at the tower.
At the tower. Alrighty, to the tower it is. Sir Rubius, would you be able to guide our way?
Yes, I will guide you to the tower. You must cross hitherto unseen lands to reach it. And yeah,
Fantastic.
he mounts up again and begins to like scamper around. Petunia is quite quick, and it just seems quite excitable, and spends a lot of time like skittering like backwards and forwards across the path, to Yeah, and you hear the occasional sounds of Sir Rubius just chanting as he skewers a small insect or something.
Love
Carry on your way. You progress through the rest of the morning till sort of early afternoon. Riding, sort of having settled down and you've moved out of these large fields and through more wooded country again. Riding on, he sort of stops and raises his sword above his head. You must proceed carefully. I spot ahead a tricksy pixie.
Trixie Pixie. I'm so excited.
Uh,
For a time, they
don't
became
expect
quite
you-
dangerous, and I have had to defend the fields from many that would try to eat them.
So we tried to eat the pixies, or what?
No, the pixies have became strange, and they tried to eat the prince's fields.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
And he
Can I
gestures, and ahead you can see this small, almost like insect-like wings, buzzing, just bzzz. You can hear them from this distance, so maybe sort of 20, 30 feet. It is hovering in front of this bush, and you can see there are these large, sort of dark blue berries on the bush, and it is picking them up in two hands and just gorging itself on these berries.
Can I see any more in this area, or can I only see the one?
Make a perception check for me.
Because I think Stix thinks anyway. He wouldn't just one pixie. Ben doesn't know shit, but Stix thinks surely they're the what was it? If there's one eating here, there's a good group on eating. 12.
A 12. You do not spot any other pixies at this time.
Alrighty, I guess just the one. Cool. Let's I mean, could we just we need to get past this thing, right? Could one of you ladies with bows just
That was quite detailed.
well, yeah, I think you've got to be clear with sign language.
How big is it?
It's a pixie, so it's about 6 inches tall. It's a tiny creature.
Okay. 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 That's not a hard target to hit. Then. I mean, it is, but it's not teeny tiny. It's not like a butterfly.
Yeah. You are going through shooters.
Yeah, I might as well. I mean, if they're bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Go for it.
They're bad.
Roll an attack roll.
Cool. 20.
20. Roll damage.
How exciting. 12.
Yeah. I mean, the arrow flies through and just cuts this pixie almost in half, just out the other side, and 2 bits of pixie just fall to the ground. The buzzing stops, from the wings, and yeah, it's fine. You guys can move up if you want.
Do pixie wings have any magical benefits? Are they a thing, basilisk eyes
Mhm.
or scales, or
Yeah,
a pixie wings a thing?
yeah, they would be considered somewhat rare magical component.
Can I if
Oh.
they're still intact,
Mm-hmm.
could I just chuck them in a jar or something?
Yeah. Yeah, pixie wings. As you bend down and you get a close look at this thing, you can see it looks quite odd. It's certainly its eyes seem to be almost sort of completely blue or black. And You can see all throughout, spread all throughout its body, its veins seem to have a deep sort of like blackish blue color to them as well.
They're not. They're not okay.
Is it similar to the Chimera in any way? Obviously, Stix. Spent a bit of time looking at that Chimera.
Make a either medicine or nature check for me, Stix.
Oh, I've got the saving throw. Medicine of what? 21.
Yeah, you can tell that these are the berries that Rickon warned you about, and yeah, it seems like whatever's happened has changed this pixie's physiology in some way. Indeed, and as you shot it, there was like a puff of like mist or fog or something as it like fell to the ground. And as you're spending the time like carefully like removing the wings from this thing, you hear like a zzz, and you turn around, all of you see another one is just hovering in the air. And it looks at you all, and it doesn't seem to speak, but its wings seem to vibrate faster, becoming sort of more high. It's not moving or flying; its wings are just moving faster, becoming sort of a higher pitched frequency. It sort of darts as you're all sort of there. It like darts around you and seems to get in between you all and the bush, and sort of takes up like a defensive stance, like with its like fists out.
What happens if we just burn all of the plants? Like this, I want to ask the rose guy, if this is like an invasive species of plant that is turning everyone bad, could we just get rid of it so that you can plant your good plants in its place?
Be a heck of a lot of plot.
You hear the Lord looks and think, Sir Rubius does not like fire.
I mean, you'll be okay. Pinky promise.
I don't know. No.
It'd certainly attract attention if we just started burning everything down.
I mean, we could always do it afterwards, after we've like dealt with everything, so you can think on it.
Okay, I would prefer not. I would prefer not to cause unnecessary harm to the prince's lands if we could avoid it.
That's fine. If we kill the hags, maybe they'll turn back to normal or something. So we'll deal with them first, and then see what we can do. Because we will help you, small flower man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sir Rubius is aware he hasn't asked your names. I do apologize. It has just been me and Petunia for quite some time.
I love Petunia, by the way. Oh, sorry. I just thought so.
Well, my name is Stix. This is Klari. You've met Arwen.
Yeah,
Nice.
like, sort of he bows low and sort of like crosses his sword across him. So, pleased to formally greet you.
Pleased to formally greet you too. Onward.
The buzzing from the pixie is getting louder, and you suddenly realise it's not just one source of buzzing.
Oh no.
Ah,
The bushes
fuck.
themselves around you are beginning to vibrate angrily with this angry buzzing, almost like bees communicating.
Oh dearie.
And just sort of slowly popping up out of the bushes. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 all appear. What are you doing?
Ice storm on the closest bush with lots of it.
Okay. What is the saving throw for Ice Storm?
I believe it's dexterity saving throw.
A
But I will
dexterity
just-
saving throw.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. Each creature in the cylinder must make a dex save. Creature has takes 2d8 bludgeoning, 4d6 cold.
Okay.
On a spell, half much more successful. Hailstones
Okay.
turn the area into difficult terrain.
Okay.
That's-
Roll me some damage.
Okay.
Roll the.
Hailstone, 4. Oh, really? Really? 2d8 bludgeoning and I get 2 1s? Fuck me.
15 damage, which, even on a save, is enough to just wipe out a large number of these pixies. But
15 damage.
I'm assuming Stix, you like step forward in front of everyone and like cast this spell, so you are the closest
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
brush
yeah.
this time.
Yeah.
Can
yeah.
you make me 4 Constitution saving throws as when each of these pixies dies, there is like a detonation, this like puff of like sort of bluish mist. All right,
20, 19, 30.
three
Oh,
passes and a fail. So Stix, I rolled 2 ones as well. Stix, you take 2 poison damage.
I resisted the poison, so I take 1 damage.
So you take 1 poison damage. You'd also have advantage on all of those because it's poison. And you are poisoned for 1 minute. And yeah, make a note that you have 1 stack of poison, and we're going to roll some initiative against a group of pixies on this lovely map.
I'm pretty sure I've got advantage on initiative.
I believe yours rolls automatically. I think we set that up.
What?
So there you go. It's rolled
Sorry,
twice.
ignore the 21 then.
Let's
Very 25 against 6.
Here. Okay. So from all these various bushes and plants and things, a bunch of pixies emerge. One of these groups is like pick a group Stix. One of these groups is immediately like eviscerated by Ice Storm.
Say the one, I don't know, low. Yeah, I'd probably say like the one down, the very bottom down here is the one I would have made.
Okay. That group immediately disappears. And let's roll some pixie initiative. They are going on a 17. We also need a lovely little Rubius on the back of a Petunia. Let's put them just in the middle of you all here. Why not? So we have Klari first, followed by. Oh, I need initiative for them as well. Right. They are followed by Pixies, followed by Rubius, followed by Arwen. Have you rolled who? You have rolled who goes.
Yeah. and Stix, you go.
Arwen, Stix, you go. Thank you. Klari, you are up first. Pixies are gathering into groups. They are sort of like slowly, like arising from the bushes and forming up into little clusters. All around you, like buzzing angrily.
We attack them. Are we something like as a group, or is it one by one?
They are individuals. So cleaving rules will apply for this. So if you have a weapon that deals slashing damage and you can like cut through one thing and then cut through a second thing with an additional roll for like stacking damage, AoEs obviously work for a lot of stuff, but they are technically individual creatures.
Really?
Oh, yeah, we're technically are the squares like
Yeah, so the squares are like 2.5 feet. So
right. So
because they're really small, but I didn't want them to be.
yeah. So they would take 2d8 fire from your head plus we are level it's like 14, 15. So looking 2d8. Looking at yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I roll to hit one for each one. And
Yeah.
add 2d8.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so confusing. Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
I'm gonna do it with the green flame blade, so they take one, and then the one I hit,
Yeah.
takes into 4 down, and then
The one next to him takes
yeah, the one next to it takes 3 plus 4.
spellcasting, which is 3, so 6.
Okay. So
Is
one
it-
of them.
So 3 plus your
So one of them just pops. Can you make a con save, please, as it pops to puff of like poisonous like smoke all around you. 3. You take 7 poison damage and are poisoned.
Yeah.
And this like residue is like stuck to you. The same with you, Stix. It's like it's like sort of like clinging to you a little bit.
Disadvantage on attack on checks.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay, yeah, disengage and then move. Okay. Pixies turns. So you see they all like sort of as groups, not in general, a bunch of them draw like little swords. Some of them draw little bows and they begin to shoot at you all basically. So I'm gonna roll one attack roll per group. So we go Arwen, 26 to hit. It's because there's so many of them.
Yes.
So you take you take 11 poison damage, and can you make a Constitution saving throw as well, please? You get Stix's bonus, so you pass.
Nice.
Then we'll go Stix next. Gonna miss.
Go.
Klari, a 19 to hit Klari.
That beats your AC, right? Oh no, your AC is 18.
Yeah, that
So Klari you take 7 piercing damage, and can you also make another con save for me? Say about so you get Stix's bonus, so you would pass that as well, which is good. Then they miss Stix, and finally Hugo. It's going to hit Hugo, so Hugo's going to take 13 piercing damage, and can he make a Constitution saving throw? And then another group actually is going to go for Rubius, because he's on the battlefield. And they're going to hit him. I've rolled like 4 19s. So Rubius takes 9 damage. But he passes his con save. Hugo passes his con save as well.
Mm-hmm.
Up next is Rubius. He, in turn, is going to. He's not stupid, so he recognizes that these things sort of explode. So he pulls out like a little coil of like tiny vines from like off like the pack on the side of Petunia pack, and like grabs like a little like seed from a pouch and like spins it around and just with his tiny little thing just. But one of the ones in front of you. Unfortunately, that's a 2, which is gonna miss. This thing is like buzzing like so quickly around that it just sort of misses as they're all like forming up. It's like, stay still, you knaves! I will protect my new companions. Stay back. Rubius has got this. We go to Arwen.
Excellent.
What are you, Arwen?
I have some questions.
You have some questions, okay?
I have some questions.
Yeah.
So, say hypothetically,
Yeah.
a rock could move.
Yeah.
This rock
Yeah.
is very big.
Yeah.
It's the size of these people.
Yeah.
If it's going towards them, can it hit all of them? Or at least the first 3 and then maybe the next 3.
Potentially. What's the spell you're using?
Excellent. Good. Right. I'm going to use Wrath of Nature.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Tell me about
because
Wrath.
It's very long.
Okay.
You might wanna read it down there. I
So-
can basically do lots of shit.
So you call on the force of spirits of nature, arouse me and choose a point within range, cause trees, rocks, and grasses in a 60-foot cube centered on that point to become animated until the spell ends. Grasses and undergrowth, any area of ground covered by grass and undergrowth is difficult terrain for your enemies. Trees at the start of each your turn, each of your enemies within 10 feet of any tree in the cube must make a dexterity saving throw. Roots and vines at the end of each of your turn, one creature of your choice that is on the ground must succeed on a strength saving throw or become restrained to rocks. This is what we want. As a bonus action on your turn, you can cause a loose rock in the cube to launch at the creature, make a ranged spell attack on a hit. The creature takes 3d8 non-magical bludgeoning damage. Yeah, okay. Roll that attack roll if you're going to use a bonus action to.
Yes. Also, are these trees or are they?
It's all like bushes and.
So it's not technically a tree, or is it
No,
a tree?
I would.
Can it be?
It can be a tree, and we'll say it deals 2d6 rather than 4.
Okay. Okay. So can you help me with this cube? It's 60 foot
60.
across. Could you make the cube because I can't see it?
Oh, it's basically the whole map.
Okay, excellent. And it only affects my enemies, not
Yeah,
my friends.
because
So
that would normally be 12. It's basically 24 squares on the map.
cool. They all have to do the thing with
Yeah,
the trees.
Okay, that's at the start of your
Start of my next turn.
start of the next turn.
Okay, well this rock here
Yeah.
is going to go
Okay.
towards
So
all of
make
them.
an attack roll for the rock. We'll do the same
How do I-
basically.
what am I doing?
So
Sorry.
roll your wisdom plus proficiency. So spell attack. Basically, we'll do the same thing as like cleaving rules. So you'll hit one and
So
roll
do I
damage.
add 8?
Yes. So d20 plus 8.
D20 plus 8. Fucking hell.
11. These things are really fast, and they actually just all manage to scatter around this rock as you launch it through the air.
Damn it. Oh, that's annoying. Well, if any of them land,
Mm-hmm.
it's difficult terrain.
Okay. Stix, what are you up to?
Are any of them on the floor?
Right.
No, they're all like coming out of the bushes and stuff.
Okay.
Stix is going to get really irritated with himself. Like, really, really irritated right now. Because he has a spell, and it would usually be.
Oh, yeah, Stix, at the start of your turn, for being poisoned, you take 1 poison damage.
Son of a bitch, which is halved to 1 poison
1
damage.
poison damage.
Yeah, Stix is really pissed off because he's like, I've got a spell that'd be really good right now, but I just don't want to give it the satisfaction. But he decides, you know what? No, I better do this. So I'm gonna cast Moonbeam. And I'm gonna cast it. I need an ellipse.
You need some lips.
That's what you said.
I'm gonna cast it like all on them. So at the beginning of their turn, they're gonna need to make a save or take some damage.
Okay.
And otherwise, Stix is that's it. That's all Stix is gonna do.
Okie dokie. Hugo,
Oh god. The boy.
the boy. There is a moonbeam coming down.
It's fine, it's no one near him. He's fine. He's gonna just go over here-ish,
Mm-hmm.
I think. How far is that? 5 feet away?
Yeah.
Okay. Can the explodey things get him from there?
It's a reasonably big radius.
He's gonna go here.
Okay.
He's gonna acid breath them.
All right. Some deck saves coming up. Where does it say 5 foot line? So I need to make 6. 2, 3. This dice is great. I'm gonna keep using this one.
So
4,
use a different one.
5. Lowest roll was a 16.
Fuck off. Okay. Well, take half of 7.
Well, one of them pops because that was the one that got hit by Clary's green frame blade. The rest take 3 damage as this swarm like scatters and reforms very quickly. And as they reform, they have this like sort of like the buzzing intensifies, and there's this sort of like almost like, have you ever seen like bees that when they like swarming on a nest and they like wiggle their bodies and then like the whole like swarm sort of shimmers or like ripples?
Oh, what?
So have you ever seen bees like that when they like swarm on a nest and they want to make themselves look more like a cohesive whole? They coordinate basically like doing like a Mexican wave with their bodies, and it makes the swarm like ripple, and it makes them look more like a collective unit.
Like starlings that do that?
Starlings like flock in like a murmuration. Yeah.
Fancy. Also he's gonna just hide down there.
Okay. All right. Top of the round, we have Klari again. Klari, you are poisoned, aren't you? So you take 3 poison damage at the start of your turn. Okay. 31 again.
So the one in front of me takes that damage plus 2d8 and 1 plus 8.
Yeah, there's one very dead pixie there.
And then the one behind it is 14.
A second. Why is that not? There we go. The second dead pixie. Can you make 2 more Constitution saving throws, please? As again, as each of these ones gets felled by 14 passes and 14 passes. And you can make a third one to end the current stack of poison you have.
Why did she have to take 2?
Because she killed 2 things and both of them go up.
Sorry.
15. You are no longer poisoned.
Nice.
But it's going to be the Pixie's turn. One of these groups is going to swarm forwards. This like angry buzzing, just like bzz, 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 swarms forwards, and they are going to make attack against Klari. Yeah, this dice is rolling fucking great.
Can you switch it?
No, I quite like it actually.
I think it's weighted.
They, this is a group that's like pulled out these little swords, and they come at you like almost like just like loads of them just like slashing at you with like tiny knives. Klari takes 8 slashing damage, but there's no poison saving throw on that one. And then the rest of the groups, one of the groups needs to make is it con save for Moonbeam, Ben?
Yes, they do. Yes.
Oh, that's
DC
not good. That's an 11.
80.
That's a 9. There you go.
For what they need. So they take. Oh, come on, 2d10.
Give it a
Come on,
big roll.
2d10. Give me the good. Oh, fuck you, 2d10.
That's
It's
not
a
a very good roll.
All right.
Do they take 6 damage?
They take 6 damage. Every single one takes 6 damage.
That's awkward.
Yeah. They move out of the moonbeam and they're going to come and try and stab up Arwen.
Rude.
Yeah, I know. with a 14
Nope.
to hit. The other two groups are going to shoot one at Stix and one at Rubius because Hugo's ducked back. The one at Stix is going to miss. The one on Rubius is obviously a 24 to hit.
Is he gonna die?
He takes.
He can't die. No,
Where's
he
my
can't
D8
die.
gone? There's my D8. He takes. That's a 1. So he takes 6 poison damage. No, sorry, 6 piercing damage. And he's got to make a con save. Ooh, that's going to be. Actually, no, he's near Stix. He passes his con save. So he is not poisoned.
Better not be. He's a pure innocent flower.
And he gets hit and he's like, "Friends, I may have misjudged this adversary. Your help would be appreciated.
Got you,
Together
bro.
we shall crush our foes."
I got him.
And then he is going to bravely pull out his sling once more because he's been better. And yeah, his roll to hit with a slam is not great, but that's a nat 20. That's a nat 20. So
Crit rules definitely apply to our friends.
okay, go for it. Roll that one for me, then, Arwen.
Yay!
I don't think it's going to matter.
Rules apply to our friends.
2d4. 2,
Only define
4,
thing.
8. Deals 8 damage on a crit. Magnificent. This pixie is destroyed.
Oh, is there no point in even doing it?
The pixie is dead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But that's Rubius. Arwen, what have you got?
Right,
At the start of your turn, something happens.
Yes. Can you scroll back up to the thing? It's easier to read out news.
At the start of your turn,
Trees.
the trees. Any creature within 10 feet of trees must make a dexterity saving throw. Okay.
That one is, that one is, that one is, that,
That
yeah, they all
one,
are.
the rock was there, so that one, the group to closest to Arwen doesn't need to. But we'll say the group next to Klari and the group. So we'll say this group and this group are both within range of a tree.
Well, this one. That's a tree.
Too small.
No, that's a tree.
Too small.
Also, these are, hold on, that's the tree. 5, 10. Yeah, no, it is.
Is it big enough? I've been scuppered by my own map size.
Yeah, you have.
Is it a dex save?
Um,
Yes. So 18 and 8. And 23.
23.
Yeah.
Is this on, hold on, 16. So
2 pass, 1 fail. So roll that damage for 1 group.
4d6, 2d6, isn't it?
Yeah, because there are more shrubs than trees, but
11.
11.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Do all of them dash? Good. Finally.
Yeah,
Kelly's
you just
done
watch
something.
this tree come, like one of these bushes that they've emerged from comes to life, and the branches just whip around and just turn into this, like, it's almost like the plant rotates on the spot. You know the Doctor Who episode where the Christmas trees come to life and start murdering people? It's like that. The Christmas tree, the tree just turns into a blender and just bits of pixie go everywhere.
Cool. Nice.
So that just happens. Now from your action. That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I quite like this. This is pretty good.
Well,
I'm gonna. Can I summon? Freaking summon my. I don't think there's any point in summoning my spirit. I'm gonna use my sword.
Okay.
Against this group.
Okay. Your sword is a slashing weapon, so cleaving rules will apply.
Excellent. Hey.
So roll to hit.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, and that one misses.
I can do it again.
Yeah.
27.
27 does hit. So roll damage.
Have they been hit?
They have, yes. So 12 damage.
Yeah.
But cleaving rules will apply, so roll to hit again. So basically, each one you hit. So you have a pool of 12 damage. Each one, the first one you hit takes damage until it dies.
Mm-hmm.
The remaining
thought-
damage carries over, and you have
Yeah.
to roll to hit again.
Oh, I have to roll to hit again.
Yes.
Sorry.
So that's 1, 2, roll again. 3, roll again. 4, roll again. Miss. And I think it stops on a miss.
Yeah.
So Arwen takes these massive. Oh, they also have to be within 5. They're all within 5 feet. Arwen takes this like massive swipe, and 4 pixies just drop from the air. Can you make 4 con saves for me, please?
Oh shit.
Stix bonus DC 14, so you need a 9 or higher. 3 passes, 1 fail. So you.
No, wait, don't I get a +4 from Stix?
Yeah, you roll a 5.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You said
You
roll
need a 9 plus Stix's bonus
Oh,
because it's
sorry.
DC 14. So 3 passes, 1 fail. You take 2d6 poison damage and a poison. That's cocked. You take 11 poison damage and are poisoned.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do I need to? I need to. It's a is it a concentration
Yes.
spell?
Concentration
So I
spell.
need to make a con save.
You do indeed. These pixies are swarming angrily around you. You're fine.
Okay,
You
I'm
need
then
to-
going to do the rock again
Okay.
because it's a bonus action.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say like that rock has been like flung, but you can use the rock on the other side.
Yeah, can I use like this one for this?
Yeah.
Um,
So
I forgot
make
what I
that
have to
attack
do.
roll. It's a spell attack roll, so d20 plus.
D20 plus 8, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, that's better.
that is better. That hits. And because these are tiny and it's a massive rock, I'm gonna.
They're all dead. Excellent. Good. Yes, they're all dead. Cool.
No, I'm
Perfect.
gonna say the same applies as like cleaving for this. So you've hit. So roll damage.
Can I say I've hit a line of them?
No, I'm gonna
It's like
just
10 pin bowling.
yeah, and the damage
What is the damage?
3d8,
3.
and the damage drops as you. So
16.
okay, so roll again.
Roll which one again?
Your attack roll.
My D20.
Yeah. That'll hit. So roll once more. That hits. So 2 of them die,
Uh-huh.
and 1 of them takes the remainder of the damage.
Couldn't. As it's a big rock,
Yeah.
can they all have not taken damage, but it says that they need to make a strength save or fall prone.
Yes. Okay.
Can they all do that? Because it was a massive fuck off rock.
Yes, I'll say that. So
Thank you.
Nice.
1 fail. Thank you for.
Love that. Massive fucking fault.
Oh shit! 3. No, that's all going to fail. They're all going to fail for 5 fails. Fail. Fail. They all fail.
Excellent.
That group is prone.
So it's the end of my turn.
Yeah. At the end of
And
your
they're on the floor.
one creature of your choice that is on the ground must succeed in a strength saving throw or become restrained.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this middle one.
Yeah, they fail.
They're restrained.
Damn, that spell is scary.
Also, they're all
Difficult terrain.
yeah. Just saying.
Yeah.
I like this spell. I've never
It's-
used it before. It's quite fun.
No, I've never. I don't think I've ever read this spell.
It's quite
Well-
lengthy.
That Wrath of Nature.
Yeah.
It is fucking cool. It's one of those spells where you really like properly feel like a druid.
Yeah.
Like
When
there
it
are some
actually
stuff.
works, because on my first turn I was like, oh, for goodness sake, this is going to be a waste.
Yeah. There's
No,
spells that
perfectly.
feel like that character.
Okay. Stix, what are you up to?
Stix is going to first use his bonus action and say, you got this, Sir Rubius, and give his free
give his free what's it called for the day? His free
Healing
healing word. That's it. So he's gonna, he gives out his free healing word for the day. So that is for 8 healing. And then as his action, he's gonna move this thing. Yeah, alright.
Is your action to move that from Moonbeam, or is it your bonus action?
This is why it's so shit. It's because it's my action.
It's your action. Ouch.
Full action. So yeah. I spent that entire like 6-second thing go, you got this, Sir Rubius. I need to go.
When do they take damage?
At the start of their turn.
That's so shit. If the moonbeam moves through them when it's being moved, they should take damage.
Yeah, but if you think how far
Yeah.
you can move it like 60 feet, and if you could just go like,
Well, yeah, it's
Okay.
taking an action though, isn't it?
Space. Oh my god, it'd be like the space lasers from Helldivers that drop on the big thing, fucking scorch the ground.
It's
That'd be. I do think they could really fix this spell by just saying it D8 was a bonus action, and you can only move it like 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moonbeam,
Modified
suddenly
moonbeam.
it'd just be like move. But yeah, it's over them now. So at the start of their turn, they're gonna have to do some shit.
They're gonna all die.
Yeah, possibly
You
gonna
will.
all die.
Oh yeah. My boy, Soz.
It's alright.
He's gonna stand over them. Like a big protected boy he is.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a little stack of little animal
Yeah.
dudes. And he's like all proud of himself. And he's gonna fire his acid at those ones.
Okay.
They need to take to make
Dex save.
dex saves.
Yes. That's right. 13, 18, 12. What's his DC?
Okay, 2 of them failed, 2 of them passed.
Okay.
So 2 of them.
Oh wait, this is the group that Stix initially Moonbeam. They're all on 1 HP. So they all die. Well,
excellent.
it's a 5-foot line, so 4 of them die.
And then he'll use his bonus action to like help Sir Rubius
Okay.
if he needs it.
Okie dokie. Alright, we're back to the top of the round with Klari.
Okay.
There was like a fly or something.
Fire is working. You could do with these guys all being really low HP, you could be like a big stab. Oh,
That is unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. I will disengage the perception.
Yeah. The swarm is moving in like a frenzy, and unfortunately you it's almost like you've cut down like so many of these that you're just sort of like, swiping with your dagger and just sort of like hitting ones you've already like felled out of the air. And it is going to be the pixies. So let's make some con saves for that group.
yes, the 18.
Fail.
Or they take.
Nat 20.
Oh, that's
Fail.
better. 50 damage.
Fail. Fail.
I'll have one out.
4,
They take
5,
half.
6, 7. 7. 6 fails and 1 pass.
Cool.
So,
So 6 of them take 15. The other one takes 7.
Love it.
The space laser fires down.
But it's like a moon space laser. So it's not like it's like oh.
Oh yeah, it's radiant damage, isn't it?
Yeah, I like to imagine it as the old Mr. Bean TV show at the
Mhm.
beginning when it appears in the spotlight. It's like that, but it
They don't
literally
have
does.
time to scream.
You don't have time to scream. Okay.
It does
Right.
say burning radiant flames, so I kind of guess there would be
Yeah.
a.
Ooh,
All right. Well, one of them is going to take a little shot at Arwen. This other group is going to come in and try and stab up Stix. And then the remainder of this group is just going to shoot at Hugo because he's trying to protect the little one. So we'll start with Hugo. Nat 20.
that's rude.
Very much so. So Hugo is going to take 2d8 damage and make a con save for me, please. 5, 10, 15. No, not 15 because I don't get the full modifier. So 5, 10, 13 poison. No, 13 piercing damage and a con save from Hugo.
He's made his con save.
Oh, he's made it. He has failed, but not by more than 5. So he is poisoned as well.
My God.
The poor baby.
So he's going to take some damage at the start of his turn. Stix is they're going to attempt to stab up. Unsuccessfully. Stix, they're just like all like jabbing and stabbing at you, but your armor is so dense and that all these like they just have no effect. It's just like it's like trying to get through like steel with a needle at this point. They haven't quite found all the gaps yet. And one of them is going to take a shot at Arwen. That is a 16 to hit Arwen.
Nope.
It misses. Similarly, this shot lands, but it just like sticks in your leather coat and it just doesn't damage you at all.
Rudeness.
Indubitably. Sir Rubius is going to bravely charge out at the single combatant from underneath Hugo and attempt to he like leaps like off the ground to try and like stab at this thing. Come on, Sir Rubius. That's a 1.
That's oh my god.
Because it's a 1, he like jumps. The thing moves and he goes, hey!
No!
Splash.
He's
fine.
hydrated, it's okay.
Yeah, he's hydrated. He will
He's not
adapt.
dead, is he?
No, it's fine.
Okay, he's fine.
Just because it's funny. It's just like, Father Ruby Free!
If anything, his like top, like his head of the rose petals would just float on the top of the water. So you
Yeah, you look down and like the flower was sort of like the rose is only like quite close up, but in the water it just sort of like opens up a little bit. Like a lily.
Oh,
That's his turn.
Did he get off of the rabbit?
I'd say no because the rabbit would enable him to jump, but it's under Hugo and I can't bother
Okay,
faffing with the tokens.
Soz.
After him is Arwen. You have 1 stack of poison, so you take 2 poison damage at the start of your turn. And can do whatever you want to do.
Right. What?
would I have taken any poison damage at the start of my turn? Because I think I do have.
You're after Arwen, so you'll take some on your turn.
Oh yeah, of course. I got.
Okay, so start any trees, so can
So we'll say 1 group gets.
why are we just saying 1 group, sir?
Because they've rolled a 3,
Fine.
so they get murdered by trees.
What, they just also get murdered?
What is the damage on tree?
11 for this lovely group.
Can Stix and Hugo both make
Soz.
9 Constitution saving
Oh my
throws?
god.
9 Constitution saving throws.
Yeah, can we do these just one at a time?
Do you want to go first?
The DC on this is 14. So
DC 14. I need
Yeah.
a 7 or. So actually, yeah, I'm gonna just do this. And I'm going to go to advanced roller. Go to Steed.
I'm not gonna roll this. Manually,
Seven.
taking ages.
7 or higher. I fail 2 of them.
Okay.
How
so,
do I do that? Did you say 9?
yes. So go to
9D what?
Go to advanced dice roll down the bottom there, and then do 9, and then it's already on D20. Stix, you take 8 poison damage, halved to 4 because you are
Plus-
resistant. He
plus
has it,
2.
but he also has Stix's bonus, so he got a +7.
Okay.
So he also needs 7 or higher.
Oh, he only failed.
Oh,
six.
failed 1.
Alright, I can roll this one anyway. 2, 4. 4 poison damage for Hugo.
Wait, was it 9?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What was it 4?
Yeah. Ben, you have just realised you've only rolled 7d20.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry. Just roll a couple more now.
It's only 2 more. And you're fine.
Pass both. No worries.
Okay. This one's still here, right?
Yes.
Arwen will go and... no. Arwen will stand here and shoot it.
Okay, go for it.
There it is. 16?
Yeah, that hits.
Is it dead?
Probably.
Is
Yes.
it dead? Okay.
It is dead.
And then I will throw this rock here
Go for it.
at these guys.
Okay. So you are. Oh, sorry. You are technically at disadvantage because you are poisoned on your attack rolls. So
Oh,
roll
do you
again.
want me to... What, the
Yeah, roll your bow attack again.
Can't you just, like... Yes.
This means that this spell attack will also be a disadvantage.
Okay. What am I doing?
So roll 2d20
2d20.
and we'll take the lowest.
12.
Plus 8.
Plus
Gives
8.
an unnatural 20.
Yeah.
So that hits. Roll damage. And we'll do the same thing again.
What's the damage?
3d8.
3D. Oh, 3, 8. Oop. 5.
Okay.
That's
None of
shit.
them die.
That's really shit. But they all need to make a thing to not be prone. I think.
Which is the not be prone one?
I think strength save.
Oh, yes.
Not be prone.
For not be prone. Okay. Nope. Nope. Nope.
No, not prone. Or
What's your spell save DC?
16.
One of them passes.
So they're all prone.
They're all
except
prone except one. I say the one that closest to you passed because it was cushioned by the impact into the others.
Okay, and then this one at the top
The one at the top took the damage.
is now grappled because he's gone into the thing. So at the end of my turn, one of them grappled.
Is it they automatically grappled?
I think so.
I think it's a save for to be grappled. It's a save to be grappled. He is grappled.
Cool. Next.
I'll tell you this: they can only succeed strength saves on your DC if they make a nat 20. They are not strong. Stix. Oh, you can roll a con save to get rid of your poison. Stix, you take 1d4 poison at the start of your turn. You make 2 poison for your 1 stack of poison.
Big note from me.
No, sorry. You got poisoned an additional 2 times, so you're up to 3, so you take 3 plus what's 1. You take 8 poison. 2 plus 3 plus 1 is 6. Half to because you're resistant. So you take 3 poison damage at the start of your turn.
Starting my turn. Just gonna look at this this group of pixies. And once again just
Stix, if you needed the bathroom, you should have gone beforehand.
Yeah, this group is like coming at you like, gibbering madly and incessantly, like just chattering in a language you do not understand. It might not even be a language for all you're aware. And then you can make a con save to end poison on yourself. That's your con save. Arwen, you are still poisoned. You only have one stack of poison.
You have the poison.
Hugo got hit twice more, didn't he? So he has 3 stacks now as well.
3.
Yeah, because he got hit twice while he was saved. So he's up to 3 stacks of poison.
How did he get?
You just have to make a con save in your turn. Stix, you are no longer poisoned.
Yay!
So all 3 stacks for you have gone. Hugo, at the beginning of his turn, he takes some poison damage. 1, 4. He takes 9 poison damage at the start of his turn. But it goes to
What? Hugo. Did the dude? Oh no, it wasn't. I'm just gonna F acid again.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3 passed, 2 failed.
Take 9 or 4.
9 or 4. So 3 passed, 2 failed. So we'll say that the one that has already been hit, it also takes half and dice.
Nice.
And he's far enough away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's far enough away from most of that. Okay.
And can he make a con save?
And then he can make a con save to end the poison. With Stix's bonus, he passes.
Yay!
Which brings us to the top of the round, and finally to Klari again. There are 2 of these angrily buzzing pixies.
You're gonna die on that turn. I don't know what to do.
Oh, thinking. Apparently, roll 31 for 1. There's no
There is.
It was also weird because you rolled 2 nature checks and rolled a 1 on both as well earlier in the
Yeah.
session.
I'm on like drastic ends today. And that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
16.
That one. And then
Yeah. 1 very much shish kebab pixie and 1 very, very burned pixie. So 2 con saves, please, Klari. 1 pass, 1 fail. So you take 3 poison damage and are poisoned again. But that is the end of the enemies. Make another con save for me real quick, Larry, and we'll just, I'm sure with Stix can come over and aid you. And yeah, that is enough. You with Stix's bonus, you shake the poison, so you take no more additional poison damage.
I believe with my channel divinity, I can. Sorry, not channel divinity. With my lay on hands, I can neutralize poison.
Yes, you
What?
can.
On poison inflicting it. So, who is poisoned? Not you. Not me.
Everyone has shaken off their poison.
Well,
Hugo go down and help the 2 in the water out of the water.
Yeah. He wades in and you see Petunia's all right. She can kind of swim. But Rubius is just sort of floating there. Just sort of thrashing.
Oh.
He doesn't know how to swim.
Yes. So
yeah, Hugo just goes underneath him, dunks his head and just lifts him up, and he just comes up standing on Hugo's head.
he rises up with his sword in the sky into the air.
Thank you, Dragon. These pixies were much more dangerous than previously encountered.
Mm.
It's certainly much more dangerous than any insect. Ugh. I am glad to have you companions on this fine quest. You bring me much hope that we will save our prince.
We are glad to have you.
Yeah. You bring us hope that we're gonna get there to do it.
All right. Well, I think with the conclusion of that fight, it is a good moment to end the session on before we pick things up with the final bit of travel and then the tower.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nice. Well, thank you very much. GG.
That is all right.
Very good session.